What's happening, nation? You got the nation's corner. You know what time it is. I'm your host, Tony freaking Justice. And with me, as always, is the beautiful, lovely, one of a kind Debhausen. How's it going,
What's
Deb?
up? It's going good. I'm feeling mostly back to normal after my surgery. My incisions are healing up, so I'm ready to go.
Don't say nothing about my beard. Oh, well, great. Great. That's awesome to hear. Don't say nothing about my beard, Deb. Don't say
Why don't
nothing.
you want me to say anything about your beard, Tony?
Just don't. Just don't. Just don't say nothing about it. It fell
Well,
out
I wouldn't have
overnight.
said anything if you didn't say anything, so you brought it up.
What? We're calling this beardless justice today. Beardless justice. Hashtag beardless justice. Let's get that trending. All right. Joining us is our good friend, the one, the only, Stephen Wyand. How's it going, Stephen?
What's up? What's up? What's up, man? So glad to be on with you guys once again, talking about the world of professional wrestling. And without any further ado, let's go.
Let's freaking go. Yeah, man.
Leroy.
Great thing about
Hank.
professional wrestling, it always gives us some things to discuss, some things to mull over, and over a brewski or two or three or whatever. Um, how about that big announcement that we had on Dynamite last Wednesday? AEW and New Japan coming together for a pay-per-view in June called The Forbidden Door. Take my money.
Mhm.
What do y'all think about it?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm a little disappointed that they called it the Forbidden Door because we've discussed that term before. It's highly overused these days, but I'm sure it's going to be a great show. I'm willing to bet that they're going to have some good matches coming up.
Yeah.
And yes, RA Tony looks like Michael Chiklis, so that's that. And that's that, and there's nothing you
we
can do about it.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
Nothing we can do about it.
There's something I can do about it. Just leave my face alone and let it grow. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
can do about it.
fast forward a few weeks, skip the part where you let it grow and just have it back.
Tell you what,
Anyhow.
I almost went to Walmart and got me one of those beards that you just put on. Or why doesn't Restream have a filter like Snapchat does, where it just puts a beard on your face? And I can just with the beard I want, just put a filter on. Everybody else seems to get by
Yeah.
using filters. Why can't I? So anyway,
Yeah, I think the AEW New Japan show is going to be great. I think it's going to be a really good thing for wrestling as a whole, just to have this super show. We've seen like the G1 Supercard is always really good, and that's a huge deal. So I think this is going to be a huge deal too.
yeah, Steven, what are your thoughts on it?
I absolutely love this. I think it's a good thing for Japan because, remember 3 years ago when New Japan and ROH sold out Madison Square Garden, the first companies to sell out MSG besides the WWE, and fast forward 3 years later in Chicago at the United Center where Michael Jordan and Chicago were brought that city, with all those championships in the NBA. And you got AEW, who is on a roll right now, and Japan coming together one night, June 26th, at the United Center in Chicago. And I think it's a great thing for wrestling because, Japan, these guys out there, Okada, Kenta, you name it, they're going to be on a big time stage. Will Ospreay, these guys that are great wrestlers are going to be on a huge international stage working with some of the best wrestlers in AEW.
Right.
It's great for wrestling all around because everybody's coming together. And listen, the Forbidden Door thing, come on. Like you guys just said, it's being overused way too much.
Yeah.
They could have called it something else, but okay, we get it. Cool. Take our money. It's going to be great.
Why couldn't it be called the Forbidden Screen Door? Let's get that trending. Nation, hashtag Forbidden Screen Door. Get it trending.
Hashtag Forbidden Screen Door.
Hashtag Forbidden Screen Door. Something I would like to see coming out of this pay-per-view, the Bullet Club. I know that, Tama Tonga and all the rest of the members that were in New Japan. I don't know who's left over there that's still a member of the Bullet Club, but I know Jay White, he's the leader.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see something with the Bullet Club come from this, like, with Ring of Honor included also. I mean, throw Ring of Honor in the
Yeah.
mix because, I mean, they need to have Ring of Honor announce, some sort of, I know that Tony Khan is working on some sort of television deal from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I want to see that come to fruition, but I want to see the Bullet Club because, after all these years with the pandemic and everything, the Bullet Club is still over and it's still a thing. I mean, the Bullet
Mhm.
Club shirt, you see it everywhere, just like you see the NWO shirts and
Yep.
Austin 316 shirts. You see
Yep.
Bullet Club shirts everywhere. And I would like to see, now that, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks are calling themselves the Undisputed
Undefeated
Elite,
elite.
Yeah.
and have, I would like to see Gallows and Anderson. I would like to see Kenny Omega. I would like to see all of them come together and become the Bullet Club again. But I just don't know. I know New Japan owns the rights to the Bullet Club, so I don't know
Yeah.
what that means with this new partnership with AEW. Is it a one-time deal? Is it something for the foreseeable future for different relationships, different pay-per-views? I mean, I would love to see that. And we saw something on Dynamite Wednesday. We saw CM Punk walk into the back. He was doing the title,
Mhm.
symbolizing the world title. And then Hangman Page comes walking out, and they have a face off. And so, what I'm thinking is, and this is just my brain, I'm thinking that maybe we see a match here pretty soon. Probably a Double or Nothing, Hangman Adam Page versus CM Punk for the championship. CM Punk wins that championship. Then he's the AEW World Champion going into the New Japan pay-per-view, Forbidden Door, and he faces New Japan's champion Okada. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I don't know. What do you think, Deb?
That sounds like a plan. That sounds good to me. I'm trying not to really have any expectations because I just want to, like, I want to have my mind free and open to what they give me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have any expectations and then get set on a certain idea. So just, whatever they do, I'll roll with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing's been announced for this pay-per-view. I
Yeah.
mean, so pretty much anything we talk about, it's fantasy booking right now. So, I
Yeah.
mean, Stephen, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, but I also think Punk versus Kenta would be really cool as well.
Yeah,
Again,
battle to go to sleep.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And no matter what they do, AEW New Japan is going to put on a great show in June. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that the wrestling world, is yearning to see. It's definitely, when Tony Khan came out Wednesday, and of course, introduced the New Japan general manager, or I guess he was the general manager. He come out, and then Adam Cole kind of took the spotlight and announced and stole Tony Khan's announcement, which that was funny. But having Adam Cole announce it, it's something that's going to get the wrestling world talking.
Mm-hmm.
New Japan deserves, especially with what they've been through with the pandemic. I mean, all the protocols going over there and having to
Yeah.
quarantine in hotel rooms for 2 weeks before you could work, and then all that stuff. So now that the world's opening up finally, and
The
now
limited crowds and all that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're starting to see, and there's no telling how long this was kind of put on the back burner because of the
Yeah.
they could have announced
Good
this
point.
2 years ago. I mean, for all we know. But I'm glad to see it happening now. We'll see what happens with it. There's still plenty of time left. We still have Double or Nothing that we have to get through first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that card hadn't even been finalized. So
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens. There's plenty of talent over in New Japan. Naito,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
like to see what Naito will bring. I mean, I love Naito. Naito's one of my favorites in New Japan.
Yeah. Okada.
And Okada.
Yeah.
So I will admit I don't keep up with New Japan as much. That's Neil's department. Our buddy Neil, who is at Impact tonight. Shout out to Neil. Impact's pay-per-view is tonight. So I hope he has a good time with that. And Ezra is another one of our nation members that keeps an eye on New Japan. So that's their department. So I think Ezra and Neil are both planning to go to this Forbidden Door pay-per-view as well. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So anyway, want to talk about Dynamite. We discussed the big announcement from Tony Khan about the pay-per-view. The Blackpool Combat Club. They are, you know, they came out with the shirts that each member was wearing a different shirt. I think Bryan Danielson was wearing a white one. Wheeler Yuta was wearing the black one with the red, looks like the Wolfpack NWO shirt. That's what it reminds me of. And of course, Mox was wearing the BCC hoodie. So I mean, and they're talking about adding more members. I really think three is good, but from what I've heard, the another member that might be being added will be a good addition. I don't want to throw spoilers or anything out there, but I don't know if they're going to add another member or just keep it at 3. But I like what they're doing. I like that Steven Regal is there with them. He's William Regal. Old school Steven Regal. Lord Steven Regal. That's what he used to be known as, Lord Steven Regal in WCW. Before your time, Deb.
Your time. You know. Before I was born, probably.
But yeah, having him there. He is a mat technician. If you ever get a chance, Deb, to go back on Peacock and watch some of the old WCW Saturday nights from back in the day, Lord Steven Regal, I mean, he was amazing in the ring, and the things he did with it for NXT behind the scenes, and now he's at AEW and heading up the Blackpool Combat Club. I think it's an amazing idea. I love it. It has the potential to be very promising in AEW, and I can't wait to see what happens with it. What do y'all think about it?
Yeah, I really like the matching of the 3 of them with William Regal. You guys know that I'm a big Mox fan. The Dean Ambrose was the first wrestling t-shirt I ever bought. I think I have like 3 Dean Ambrose shirts. And I think 2 Mox shirts. So yeah, I'm really, really happy to see him with Daniel Bryan, with William Regal, and now with Yuta added to the mix. I agree with you that I think they need to keep it the 3 of them right now. They are just starting out. They don't need to like expand so rapidly like NWO did. They don't need 20 people in their group right now.
Right.
They need to establish themselves, establish who they are as a group. Yeah. And then we can think about adding somebody else.
Right.
But yeah, I don't want it to be oversaturated. I think what they're doing right now is really, really good.
Yeah. Steven?
I like it a lot too, and I like the mentality, that this group has, because we fought each other, now we're together. Now we fight with each other. And I like that mentality, because that's what Moxley said to Danielson on Dynamite up in their build up to Revolution. And he's like, look, I'm not going to team with somebody unless we bleed together. We fight each other, and I like that mentality, because that's how Yuta got his stripes with the BCC, and all that stuff. Because he
proved himself.
Exactly. He fought and bled with Moxley in that wild match on Rampage, and he fought Danielson in 2 great back-to-back matches in that 1 week on Dynamite and Rampage, and he really got over. Even though he lost both matches, you don't have to win to go over big time.
Exactly. Right. As Bully always says.
And I agree with the 3, because the 3 is perfect, because these 3 guys know how to work together. Just the chemistry in the ring that they already have together. It is absolutely amazing how Moxley and Danielson just incorporate, and now that Yuta's with them too, but Moxley and Danielson, when they first started this out, just the little things they were doing in the ring together, just a great team. And you never would have thought that. But these 3 together, they work together great. And I'm looking forward to where they go with these guys. down the line in the next several months, because if
Mhm.
they just keep it to 3 for the first several months, that'd be great. But I prefer
Even
3,
longer than that.
even longer. Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, because you don't have to have so many people in a group to get over, and to be great.
Mhm.
I mean, just having these 3 ass kickers in the ring, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I got my Moxley picture up here that I got from Orange Crush.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Mox sitting in a chair looking like it's backstage, cigarette in mouth, bottle of Jack in hand. So,
Nice. Now
There
you
you
just
go.
need
Yep.
to get him to sign it.
Yep.
yeah. Although it'd be kind of a little weird now to ask him to sign a picture of him with a bottle of Jack. But
Hey, it's better
Yeah.
than offering Mox a shot at the bar when you see him out and about. Like we witnessed back in Dallas WrestleMania weekend. We were at the hotel bar and we saw Big Cass walk through, and some jackass was standing at the bar, and he turned around, and I read his lips saying, "Cass, can I buy you a shot?" And Cass just recently, got over drinking and stuff and worked with DDP for a little bit and got on the
Mhm.
straight and narrow. So to ask someone like that's just went through all that to buy him a shot, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cass, I
Exactly.
don't
Like
know what he said.
people
I
should
don't know
know
what
better than that.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know what
what.
he said to him. I didn't catch that, but yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, didn't you know that he was just recently sober? Like he
yeah,
he went through a terrible health scare.
right.
Whatever.
I don't know,
People
but
are
anyway,
stupid.
it was good to see Big Cass there. By the
Yep.
way,
Yep.
Yeah.
um,
Oh, he's amazing.
yeah, he's in the best shape of his life, I think.
Oh yes, when he came out on the first day of the Impact shows that were at ECW Arena, and he made that speech. Was that last week? I can't remember. Yeah, he made that speech about being back at the ECW Arena for the first time since the scare happened, since the
Mhm.
incident happened, and how he's turned around his life so much. He's in the best shape he's ever been in, and he's happy and healthy. So good for him.
Yep, and
Yep.
he's
Yep.
definitely got some good people in his corner. Enzo
Yeah,
being in his corner, helping him through. Um, of course, DDP. So, yeah, glad to see Big Cass doing good things, and it's only going to get better for him. I don't know who he's wrestling tonight at the Impact pay per view.
yeah.
I
I'm not sure.
don't know. I didn't see the card. Neil could probably tell us if he was here. But anyway, back to Dynamite. We got sidetracked talking about Big Cass. It's okay.
Talk about
Well,
Cass anytime we want.
yeah, right. Knowing us, I mean, we get derailed a lot talking about stuff. So
Yep.
that's what makes us fun, though. So Hook, uh, his Dynamite debut Wednesday,
Yes.
wrestled Anthony Henry. I enjoyed seeing the response for Hook. Hook is like got the fans hooked on him.
Literally.
Pardon
yeah.
the pun.
Yeah, hook, line,
You
and
know,
sinker.
hook, line, and sinker.
Literally.
Hook it up. He's hooking it up. But anyway, yeah, it's awesome to see the fans' reaction to Hook every time he comes down the ramp.
Mhm.
He just has that swagger, and
Yep.
he handles business. And Danhausen comes out at the end of the match and tries to put a curse on him. It didn't work. So Danhausen says, well, since he says something like, if I can't curse you, then you will fight Danhausen. And you will not be cursed by Danhausen, you will fight Danhausen. And so left it at that. And then, of course, we'll get to it later, what happened on Rampage with Danhausen and Hook. But yeah, Hook is definitely a phenomenon right now.
Mhm.
Taz's son. I'm glad they're not focusing on that. I heard
Yeah.
Ryan and Mark talking about that today on the show. They're not focusing that he's Taz's son. He's Hook.
Yeah.
So the background he has. Ryan says he looks like Mark says he looks like James Dean, has a James Dean swagger to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
and the hair. I mean, the hair is like.
The hair.
Glad that he ain't wrestling outdoors on a windy day. That his wind
Oh,
would be
dear
everywhere.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said when we were on Zoom the other night, I said that like Hook's hair reminds me of like what an anime character might look in like in real life, cuz anime characters, especially the boys, tend to have this wild like spiky hair that's just spiky in all directions. So that kind of like reminds me of his hair look right now. And you know, I'm digging it. So bring on more Hook.
Yeah. Shout out to Neil. Neil just chimes in on the live chat. He wanted to say hi before the show gets started. Awesome, dude. Have a great time.
Have a
What's up,
great time,
Neil?
bro.
Have
Sure
fun.
we'll be talking to you later after it's over with on the old Zoom machine.
Mm-hmm.
Some reason my screen just zoomed in real close. I don't know how to unzoom it, but anyway. So
Zoom
anyway,
in too much. There's nothing we can do about it.
nothing we can do about it. The
Nothing
damn
we can do
Mac. Come on.
This is
Okay.
why we're switching to Windows, just saying.
The reaction that Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti are getting now, ever since they've made their relationship public and coming out together on screen, it's like the fans completely shit on it. What are your thoughts about that, Deb? I know that you watch the vlogs and stuff. So what are your thoughts?
I'm a big fan of both of them. I definitely do think that they're just using the hate that they're getting on social media. You know, they're just like harnessing that and using that and kind of like turning heel in a way because of that. I personally don't understand the hate towards them. I think people are just super jealous that they are two very, very good looking people that seem to be happy together. And I think that, you know, pushes people's buttons the wrong way for whatever reason. But I'm happy for them that they seem to be happy. They post a lot of pictures of them traveling. They went to Brazil to visit her family. They've been all over the place together. They seem like they're having a good time together, and I think people just need to calm down on it a little bit. The only issue I have though is Ty Conti is a like legitimate badass fighter. You know, she's trained in Brazilian jiu-jitsu like her whole life. You know, we know she has a background in that and combat sports and everything. I'm just kind of a little iffy on just kind of turning her into a side piece. Like, you know, she's changed a little bit in the kind of the way she dresses and like her hair and makeup and everything. Her makeup is always flawless, but I feel like they're turning her into just Sammy's side piece rather than being a legitimate badass herself.
Right.
You know, we saw when she took part in the women's death match that they had, and that was amazing and got a lot of attention for those ladies and for her. And now she's just coming in as Sammy's arm candy. So I'm not sure what to think about that yet. I don't want to see her talent wasted in that way. But that's my only problem with it.
Yeah. Steven, what are your thoughts?
My thing is, I don't mind them being together, you know, especially in their own personal lives. I mean, hey, if people are hating because they're together, just live your life. Quit focusing on them and quit being so negative. Let them live their life and all that stuff. But as far as on screen, I don't mind them being together on screen. But my biggest thing is if she's going to be his quote unquote sidekick on screen, she needs to be herself, the ultra badass, because I think that would be even better instead of her being the sidekick, you know, to him. I think it's cool that they're turning heel. That's fine because you can use the hate on social media that you're getting to put the play on television, to, you know, to heels and stuff. But I really hope that they turn her into what she really is, and that's that ultimate ass kicker, and
Right.
being a legit badass, and a fighter in Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I think it's cool, but they got to present it better.
Yeah. So John in South Jersey just said in the chat that either going to pair her up with Paige Van Zant. So let's just talk about Paige Van Zant for a moment. We've talked before that, most of us didn't really know much about her. I know she was a MMA fighter, but that's about as far as my knowledge goes on her. I don't think she's a good pair for Tay, just because she's like, to put it bluntly, she's just boring. I'm sorry.
Do not give her
She's
a live
just
microphone.
boring.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Tell us how you really feel, Deb.
But it's true. Like, okay, I wanted to mention this. I didn't want to get to this yet, but Ethan Page had the promo of a lifetime, and that was a damn good promo. And then they give the microphone to Paige Van Zant, who closes out the segment, and it was like the segment was on fire, and then it dove down because Paige spoke. I just think no, if she's a fighter and she's going to be good in the ring, so be it. She's got a great look. She's very pretty, but she, similar to the criticism that we've had with Ronda Rousey, and Bully's talked about this extensively on Busted Open, like, she has no passion behind what she's saying.
Right.
It's just boring.
But it exposes you on the mic, because if you're coming in there as this silent but deadly ass kicker, that's cool because it adds mystique to who you are in the ring. Because you don't need a microphone to get over. You let your actions speak louder than your words, and and Paige Van Zant does not need a microphone in her hand because, like you just said, it killed the entire segment. I mean, it was on this upper echelon, just hot, going up, and then boom, just came crashing down. It's like
and that's what Dan Lambert is there for. If they want someone else other than Ethan Page to speak during their promos, give it to Dan Lambert. He can cut a fire promo, almost better than anyone else. Paige Van Zant should not be given the microphone because it's not great. It's not good at all.
No, right. but I like what you said, Tony, that this is basically the double turn, and I think you're spot on with this.
Because, because they were in the ring. Yep. What they did, we're wondering why the fans are all of a sudden turning their backs. They're booing Sammy and Ty. They played into it. They mentioned it. Sammy started his promo off with, I won the TNT championship for all the people that supported me. I'm doing this for you guys, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But I hear you guys booing. I hear it, and it's like, if you're not, if you pay it no mind, then it's just going to go away. But they're feeding it. It's like they took gasoline and poured it on the fire and made it bigger.
Yeah.
By mentioning the fans, just like the what chants, once you acknowledge the what chants, they're just going to get worse,
Right.
And it's the same thing with this. And then Ethan Page, basically there was a double turn. They were cheering Ethan Page and Scorpio and Dan Lambert when they're supposed to be booing them. So it was like a double turn. I mentioned it the other night on Zoom for those that are wondering when I said that. We were on Zoom, of course. We get together on Zoom, us and a few friends, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. And we were talking about it on Wednesday night and talking about how there was a double turn, and so I mean it was cool to see, on how it all went down. But yeah, I mean, Cody and Brandy on their way out of AEW supposedly had a conversation with Sammy and Ty. And Deb, I think
I had seen their replies on Twitter that when when Tay and Sammy first started getting a lot of hate after they confirmed that they were together, Cody and Brandy both responded to them on Twitter and just basically said, screw the haters, be happy, do what you do, and don't listen to anyone else's opinions. That's basically what they said to them. I'm paraphrasing. Right. But yeah, and I completely agree with that sentiment because especially someone in the spotlight like that, they shouldn't be concerned about what everybody thinks of them in their personal life. That's no one's business.
Right.
Yeah, and I think Brandy and Cody tried that, but for some reason the hate on Brandy and Cody was too much. Like they tried to ignore it. They tried to still act like they were babyface. And it just pissed people off even more. So you never know what the correct approach is in that kind of situation.
Exactly. So shout out to Front Row. Front Row is chiming in here. What's up, people? Great conversation. What's going on, man? Him and Mrs. Front Row are in the middle of the Atlantic right now. They're on a cruise right now, so we want to wish them well, and y'all have a good time, and can't wait to hear all the stories when y'all get back.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this whole we'll see what happens. I mean, it's Sammy and Tay, they think it's funny. They thought it was funny when they first announced their relationship, and they tried to act like they were working everybody and just putting stuff out there on Twitter just to get, you know what I mean? So it's like they wanted, they were
attracting the heat.
Yes. So now it's full on. The fans are actually booing them in the crowd. So,
and who knows? Maybe we're being worked too. Maybe,
right.
maybe we're buying into the work, which that's the point. So
that's what they wanted us to do anyway. So
right.
But so anyway, on to the final match of the night at Dynamite was that coffin match, Darby Allin and Andrade. Oh my God, that was a hell of a match. My favorite part, of course, was when they were fighting in the crowd and the fan wearing the Sting mask and pushed Andrade, or Andrade pushed him, and it just happened to be Sting. Took the mask off, and I marked out because I'm a Sting mark. Sting is my favorite. You guys all know this. So I mean, that match was awesome, and for Sting to not be involved in the match or not to be supposed to be part of the match, the things Sting was doing out in the crowd, he jumped off the balcony.
Real quick on that, where in the blue hell does he get this energy at 63 years old?
No clue.
To be doing the stuff that he's been doing in AEW, it has been outstanding. I mean, he has no regard for human life when he does this stuff. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, he is, at his age, he is so good right now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's Sting basically. Okay, so when Sting was in WWE, he got injured from a bad buckle bomb by Seth Rollins, and was told he shouldn't wrestle again. So WWE, they parted ways, and Sting goes to AEW, and now he's doing the things that he wants to do. And I feel like he's proven it to himself and proven to people that doubted him that he still has a lot left in the tank. And that's why he's doing all this stuff, to let people know that he's still here. Yes, he's alongside Darby and getting Darby over to the moon, but Sting is still Sting, and Sting is going to do Sting things. So I'm happy. I'm happy to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it amazes me because he's doing things off the wall like I would never expected Sting to do.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. And speaking of awesome, there's one thing I want to touch upon from Dynamite from this past Wednesday that started off Dynamite. CM Punk, Dustin Rhodes. Dude, that was such a great match.
Yeah.
Such a great match.
Yeah, it really was. Great pair up with the two of them. They both have like that wrestling psychology mind
Mm-hmm.
that really, really came across.
Yeah.
It's great in-ring psychology, the chemistry in the ring. It's the good old-fashioned pro wrestling match. I mean, tore the house down. That first 30 minutes went by so fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of a dream match of sorts, you know. I can't believe you'd never seen CM Punk and Dustin Rhodes wrestle before. I mean, I don't even know if Goldust ever wrestled CM Punk in WWE. I don't even think
I don't
so.
recall that he did.
I don't know.
But I mean, it was great to see Dustin. Talk about someone that's got some stuff left in the tank. Um, I don't exactly know how old Dustin is. I know he just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. But he's looking great. I mean, he's in great shape, and I know he helps out in the women's division. I know he helps out with Thunder.
Mhm. He's 53.
53. Okay, so he's
Wow.
a decade younger than Singh.
Mhm.
And Dustin's doing some of the things he's doing. I mean, he's definitely got some left in the tank. So if Sting can do it, you know, we ought to see Dustin for a while to come. So, but yeah, CM Punk and Dustin Rhodes. I mean, that was a clinic. That was an amazing match, and it was kind of flashing back to Bret Hart. What match was that they were kind of, because I saw something on Twitter where it was showing certain spots in the Bret Hart match, and then it was showing the same spots in the Cody and Dustin. If anybody in the chat can let me know what match they were kind of referring to in that match on Wednesday. It was a Bret Hart match, I know, but yeah, and I noticed that CM Punk has, and I think CM Punk and somebody else, they've done it before with other matches where they take certain spots. Like, okay, the Wheeler Yuta, when he wrestled Bryan Danielson, and Wheeler Yuta had the Stone Cold spot where Stone Cold and Bret Hart, where Bret Hart had Stone Cold in the submission hold, and
Sharpshooter.
Stone Cold passed out from the pain, the blood from a
Yep.
stone, the whole thing.
Yep.
Wheeler did the same thing in that match. So I mean, I like how they do that.
Yeah, they tend to do a lot of like homages to great moments of the past, which I do like. And sometimes you don't always catch it until it's brought to your attention.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what made that Punk and Rhodes match so great is the way that it ended, because it didn't end with the GTS, it ended with a good old fashioned wrestling move. You know, to end the match. A roll up pin, all that stuff, and it worked.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
worked really well. It came out of nowhere and it shocked the crowd and it got a good pop. It was, it wasn't the typical pop, when you get on a finisher. I mean, was it a great? Would the GTS would have worked? Yes, but using a old school fashion wrestling pin move to get a win worked tremendously.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing we
So
forgot to bring up.
Brian wants us to mention the women's match. We did have one women's match on Dynamite, which was Britt Baker versus Danielle Camella in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament qualifier. We weren't going to mention it because it was kind of a meh.
As MJF would say, mid. Meh. Nah.
But yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this before, that Britt Baker, like, she had her promo, which basically all she did was kind of insult every other lady in the women's division. So, I'm not sold on it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well,
Nope, not even close.
no, I mean, we talked about it the other night on Zoom. I mean, we had a long discussion about it, talking about how if you're going to cut a promo and you're putting down your other women in your division, and you're basically saying they ain't nothing. Well, okay, well, when you wrestle them, I mean, did you really beat anybody? Because if you're putting them down, then
Exactly.
what does Bully say all the time? He says it all the time on Busted Open. You didn't. What is it? What is it? Where you didn't make nobody. You didn't beat nobody.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah. And the
and it's the
heel's
same thing
job
here.
is to build up the face.
Right. So I I don't know what Britt was trying to. I mean, yeah, she was in Pittsburgh or Britsburg, as she likes to call it. Yes, the crowd was cheering for her because she's in her hometown. Yes, she might have got a little overzealous with her promo and just cutting a heel promo. But
Yeah.
putting down your other talent in your women's division is not the right way to go, especially if you're planning on wrestling. Didn't she mention wrestling Jade for the TBS champion, going after it or whatever? And
Yeah.
you're putting Jade down. You're putting
Saying
whoever.
that they're all nothing.
Yes.
Tony Storm.
Yeah.
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 So I mean,
Ari says in the chat, if you're insulting the division you're in, what does that say about you? You know,
right.
if you're saying everybody else is nothing and garbage, but so yeah, what does that say about you? That when you're facing them, if they're nothing, then it's no big deal to beat them.
Right.
I mean, think about it. Charlotte Flair is a natural, good-born heel, but she's not. But she's not. Talking down to her opponents on her promos. Yeah, she's insulting them, but she's still putting them over in her promos.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
And that's what a natural good heel does. I mean, the heel is supposed to talk trash and insult their opponent, but they're also still there to put over the face. And they build them up. Yeah, you're great, but I'm going to beat you. Da 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 da. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas, you have Thunder as the champion, and she's, a definite example of the best of that division holding that championship. And,
not just that, but making her opponents look good, not just in the ring, but also on the microphone, putting her opponent over when she's in the ring with them.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I liked Thunder's promo from the other night too. It was a pre-tape promo talking about her and Nyla Rose, and then she mentioned she didn't mention anyone by name, but she mentioned what do you think, Double or Nothing? And so I'm thinking she's talking about Serena Deeb. I'd like to see Thunder and Serena Deeb go at it, and I think that's what she was referring to. We'll probably see that match coming up at Double or Nothing. So. I'm here for that because Thunder and Serena Deeb, and I'm not just saying this because Thunder's our friend, but Thunder and Serena Deeb,
country accent just came out right there, bro.
Yeah. Okay, Texas.
Yeah. Don't hate on Texas, man.
What?
They're the absolute best in that women's division right now, hands down. And to see them in a match. Double or Nothing, yeah, take my money.
Our match on Primetime Live in 2020 was amazing.
Yeah. Yep. So, we'll see what happens. I'm here for it, though.
Yeah. So. Bring it on with any Thunder match.
Right. Yep. So, I want to talk a little bit about Rampage. You had Adam Cole and Ishii starting out. Rampage and
amazing match.
Very hard hitting.
Yes, it was.
I think Ishii brought Cole to like a different, not level, but just kind of forced Cole to go into a different style than what he normally would.
Yeah. Yeah, and great match. I wasn't familiar with Ishii, to be honest. It was great. It's great that they get the platform to come on AEW and work, letting the wrestling world know who they are and what they're about. Of course, you had the distraction from Jay White come out and interfered, got Ishii's attention to where Adam Cole capitalized and won. So I'm happy to see Jay White on AEW television, and he's been on.
I'll see Jay White anytime.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think what made that match great was that what made that match so great to me was the whole saying is true. Opposites do attract, and different wrestling styles do attract sometimes, and it just proved it right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Styles make fights.
Right. Then of course, you had the women's match at the end. Marina Shafir, the Problem, going up against Jade Cargill for the TBS championship. I will say that that was probably Jade's longest match to date that I've seen. I could be wrong, but I think that was her longest match. Um, Marina Shafir, I remember saying on Zoom when it was coming on, I remember saying last night that I didn't think this was going to be a great match. Because Marina Shafir, she just, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I haven't been watching Dark or Elevation. Has she been on there wrestling for a while now?
Yeah, I think she's had a few matches, but I think she's still like relatively new to most fans.
Right.
Most fans don't really know much about her, haven't seen much of her.
Yeah. Everyone knows her through being Ronda Rousey's friend and Shayna Baszler's friend, the Four Horsewomen stuff.
Yeah.
That's honestly how I knew Marina
Yeah.
Shafir. And then Jessamine Duke is the other one. And they were known as the Four Horsewomen. Right around the same time that you had the Four Horsewomen of WWE or NXT, where you had Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Sasha, and Bayley.
Yeah.
Always wanted to see that come to fruition, but it never did.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing Marina Shafir in AEW, and I think they're trying to make her AEW's version of Ronda Rousey. I don't know.
And honestly, to me, they rushed it. They rushed this match. As far as into this match, because there wasn't really a big build to it, and the match, it was okay, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I mean, and you might be right. That might have been Jade's longest match, but she's still new to the business, and I think she'll get there, but it's just a matter of when.
Right.
When will she get there? Because still, in our opinion, her best match was with Thunder, because Thunder made her look like $1 million in that ring.
Yeah. And John from South Jersey says in the chat, both of them need to work with more experienced talent to level up. That's very, very true. They're both still relatively new-ish, and they need someone to help elevate them. The two of them against each other is just not enough.
No.
Right. I mean, Thunder, the match with Jade, Thunder and Jade, Thunder's going to make everybody she's in the ring with look like $1 million.
Yep.
No question about that. So I think Jade's build, 30 wins now. She's kind of getting that old Goldberg kind of run, Goldberg style run, where she's just going to
absolutely.
Yeah, squash matches every week.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll just see what happens with Jade.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still green. Greener's her hair.
I think it's just a wait and see type scenario because, she definitely has the potential to get there. It's just the growing pains until she gets there is, where we're at right now.
Not just the growing pains in the ring, but also cutting a promo. I mean, the growing pains in the promos is still there, big time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
she'll get there eventually.
Yeah. And we also had interaction with Dannhausen and Hook. I mentioned it earlier. Hook finally spoke for the first time that I've heard him.
We were a little shocked at that too. We were like, "Oh, he speaks."
Yeah.
Okay.
Telling Dannhausen, Dannhausen's been pushing his buttons for a while now, trying to curse him, and it hadn't been working for him. And Dannhausen was backstage mouthing off at Hook, and Hook. I heard it. I wasn't watching it at the time, but I heard Hook say, "You wanted my attention, you got it." So I just don't know if they're going to hold this match. They're going to have it on a Dynamite or Rampage, or they're going to wait till Double or Nothing to have it. Don't know, but this will be Danhausen's first match in AEW.
Yes.
Danhausen's been with AEW for a couple of months now. I do know he's just coming off an injury,
Mm-hmm.
but
Nasty injury.
the fact that front row and Stephen, you saw him in North Carolina at the WrestleCade.
Yep.
Yeah,
I saw him in Dallas at WrestleCon.
Yep. So for him to be at AEW and not do anything but just come out from under the ring or just do nothing in the ring,
and he gets a massive response from the crowd.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why I like that it seems like his first match in AEW is going to be against Hook, because I think that's a really good pairing, because Hook is, I'm guessing, likely going to win. And, that's good for building Hook's character. But Danhausen, if you know anything about Danhausen, most of the time he loses.
Yeah.
But Danhausen is so over that it doesn't matter that he loses most of the time. It's just a good matchup for both of them. They both will benefit out of it.
Right. Well, there's our Rampage rundown. Wanted to spend a few minutes talking about Mission Pro. Mission Pro is gearing up for their next pay-per-view in May 14th, actually. Don't Stop Me Now.
Don't stop me now.
Yeah. We want to go through some matches that's been announced. Of course, you got Delilah Doom going up against Holiday. And you have a triple threat, Genocide, Kylan King, and Natalia Markova. You've got the Renegade Twins going up against Bougie Reality. That's going to be a
phenomenal match.
That's going to be a banger.
That's one of the matches I'm looking forward to right there. Renegade Twins are one of my favorite teams, probably in all of wrestling right now. They are amazing people. I've met both of them in person. They're amazing people. I've also met Maddie and La Rosa Negra, so that's going to be a good match.
Oh yeah.
Of course, it's not La Rosa Negra with Bougie Reality. I was looking at La Rosa Negra's picture on the next match I was about to announce. You got La Rosa Negra going up against Edith Surreal. And you have Billy Starks going up against Jasmine Allure. Jasmine is an up-and-coming star there in Mission Pro. Keep your eyes on Jasmine. You got everyone's favorite, JP Harlow. Friend of the show, JP Harlow, going up against David Ali. You have Willow Nightingale going up against Shazza McKenzie, and then Ruthie J going up against Mighty Mayra. So those are the matches so far that's been announced. Like I said, the match I'm looking forward to is the Renegade Twins versus Bougie Reality. What about you, Deb?
I'm really looking forward to Genocide, Kylan King, and Natalia Markova. The three of them are, wow. That is quite a triple. That's going to be a triple threat, right? That's a triple threat.
That's a little snug, if you will.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little snug. So yeah, all three of them are just forces to be reckoned with. I know I always say that about Genocide and Kylan King in particular, but they're all hard hitting. They're all just rising stars that we've seen, like basically from the very beginning. It feels like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about that one in particular.
Yeah, Steven, what about you, man?
Renegade Twins and Bougie Reality. I mean, come on, take my freaking money. That's going to be an absolute banger of a match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And of course, Front Row and Mrs. Front Row, R.A., Money Mark,
Neil
are all going to be there live for the pay-per-view.
Garzas.
And the Garzas. Yep, the Garzas are going to be there. So look forward to maybe seeing a live on-location show there in Conroe. Keep posted to the socials for some more information on that. But I do know that they're going to be there live, and we're going to be the same weekend. We're going to be in Baltimore for Split Fest 3. It's Split Fest 4.
4.
4. headlined by Sting.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've met Sting so many times that it's just going to be like, hey, what's up, brother? You know, hey, man, what's going on, man?
Yep.
Obviously, he remembers me, though, because he came
Yeah.
up to me and had that interaction with me at Dynamite in San Antonio,
Yep.
which blew my freaking mind because
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just Tony Justice. I mean, I'm I'm a wrestling fan. So, and Sting just saw me from across the ring and walked over and two-sweeted me twice. Not once, but twice. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was awesome.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a great weekend because we're taking over, baby.
Yeah.
Yep. The
Nation's
crew
Corner
is
taking
taking over
over.
Baltimore once again.
Yes.
So,
So when you have Nation's Corner in Conroe and Nation's Corner in Baltimore, I
mhm.
mean,
And isn't Elder going to some
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
show?
he's going to the show with Effie that's going on up there
Yes.
near his neck of the woods up there. He was
And Nick
talking
Gage is
about the
gonna be there
card.
too. MDK, baby.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a big weekend for
Oh
the
yeah.
crew coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
We might get a speaking of Elder or Mongrovian, I keep calling him, Mongrovian Mike.
He's Elder. He's Elder to us.
He's
He's
our
the Elder
elder. He's
statesman.
our elder, and I'll always respect my elders. But anyway, he
Exactly.
says Sting sees Tony. Even after he says stuff like this about me, I still respect my elders. Sting sees Tony and calls Wardlow security.
Oh yes, it's a major pod network is having a show. That's what it is.
Yes.
Yep.
So maybe we can get Elder to get some interviews with his phone. Get some how you doings with his phone a little bit. Put it
Yeah.
up on the channel. That'd be great.
Yep.
But
We
yeah,
forgot to touch on that too on Dynamite too. I love where this Wardlow and MJF stuff is going. It is leading
Yes.
to
Yeah.
where it needs to be. It's organic, it's real, and when he finally gets his hands on MJF, that pop is going to be enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about the Goldberg treatment. Wardlow is getting the Goldberg treatment.
Wardlow.
Yeah, they're
Oh
chanting
yeah.
it,
Oh yeah.
just like they chanted Goldberg's name. I love the interaction he's having with the security and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just building. It's still building.
Yeah.
We had MJF and Sean Spears in the crowd throwing popcorn at the crowd, talking crap. That was cool. So yeah, I imagine we'll see that match at Double or Nothing coming up in May.
Yeah.
So,
I think they've done a great job of building Wardlow. We've talked about
Yeah.
this before, but
Yes.
like I see a lot of people on social media talking about how AEW rushes a lot of things, and some things they do, and that complaint is warranted. But with Wardlow, I think it's been a great build, and it's been organic.
Yeah.
He started out as MJF's silent sidekick, and
Yeah.
now he's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
He has shown his personality. He has shown what he can do.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's been a great build that just happened absolutely organically.
And this
Right.
reminds me totally of when Batista turned on Evolution, because the way he became a babyface in 2004, 2005, that was so organic, the way it went and the way it just flowed week after week after week. And now, fast forward to 2022, Wardlow and MJF, I mean, he used to be the silent but deadly kicker,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
MJF, and now being an ultra babyface because week after week he kept getting a response from the crowd. And MJF was like, don't listen to these idiots, and all that type of stuff. And just Wardlow, the love for him, it is so real, organic, and we absolutely love it where this is going.
Yeah.
And when things are organic in professional wrestling, that's when things are the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and that's the best. That's the best
Yeah.
because the fans choose what they like and don't like.
Yeah, and the fans
And
also
you
know
can't
when
you
something's
can't
being
stop
forced.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The fans also know when something's being forced down their throat. The fans are gonna react, and you're
Yeah.
not gonna like the reaction when something's forced down your throat. You're not gonna like it because the Roman Reigns stuff before the head of the table gimmick, the John Cena stuff, they felt like they were being forced. So of course,
Yeah.
the fans revolted. So
And especially in this age of social media where the fans are more aware than ever before of things that go on behind the scenes, somewhat how the business operates. So, the some fans, most fans, not all, just aren't we're not stupid. Like, we know when we're trying to be force fed something that's just not what we like.
Right. And like Cole 2K says in the chat, Tay and Sammy are being forced, and that's why the fans are reacting the way they are. So
Yeah.
kind of proves our point, what we're saying. So give me organic every day.
Something forced.
Yep.
Yep.
So anyway, we are about to wrap it up here. Give fans a chance to go on Fight TV and watch the Impact Pay-Per-View Rebellion. So, Stephen, where can people find you on the socials?
You can find me on Twitter at Stephen_Wyand. And also, if I'm not doing this show with y'all, I'm also on our Nation Sports Show live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, and talking about the world of sports. I mean, a lot's going on in the NBA playoffs. Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? You kidding me? I just thought we could win a game. And
every time when he does that.
Yeah, you love when I do that shit. Yep. Anyway, so you can follow us on Twitter at Owen_Sports Show. And we also got a Facebook page, facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. And get those YouTube subscribers up because we are getting so close to that 100 subscriber plateau. We are at 93 last time I checked. Woo! And getting very close. And also follow us on Nation's Corner, Twitter at Nation's Corner, everywhere else, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere else. It's the Nation's Corner.
That is right. Stephen took my smoke, took my thunder. He got away from me. That's. But as Stephen mentioned, go out there and give them a follow, like and subscribe on the Our Nation Sports Show. They do a great job breaking down the sports world every Tuesday night. So go out there and support them as much as you can. So, Deb, where can people find you on the socials?
At That's So Debonair on the Twitter machine, and Truth Resist Simplicity on Instagram. I've been pretty good at posting Instagram stories every day, try to throughout the day, whether it's, just what I'm doing or memes that I see that I think are particularly funny. So follow me, check it out. And I guess that's it.
Yeah. And those that want to follow me or check out what I'm doing, you can follow me at Tony Justice, AJFA. And if you're a Metallica fan, you know what that means.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all joining us tonight. We wish you all the best. Have a great night. We'll catch you next time on the Nation's Corner, brother.
Peace.